Hello. And if you would go ahead and take an easy seat, and I would recommend putting a blanket underneath you, which makes it a little bit easier on your hips, especially if you've got some tight hips. My name is Phyllis Smith. I'm the co-founder of Live Free Yoga. So welcome. So glad to see you. So first, let's again, this is going to be a 20-minute class today. But the other classes will be 30 minutes. So we had to cut this one short just a tad because I double booked as we learn to deal and cope and manage and adjust to this new technology. So first we're just going to take a breath and just get centered for a moment. So take an easy seat, whatever that means, however comfortable you can sit. And go ahead and just lay your hands flat, palms facing down or up, whatever you're most comfortable with. And go ahead and close your eyes and just take this moment to check in and just see how you're feeling. What kind of energy are you feeling at this moment? Is your energy up? Is it high? Is it low? You having a moment maybe of anxiety or fear, as we all are experiencing at this time at some point. So using our breath, we can come back into the present moment and get grounded. So just noticing your breath, noticing the breath as you moves, the cool air moving in through your nose and the warm air moving out. Just noticing, taking note. No judgment. Just coming into this present moment together. Using your exhalation to ground you deeper. Just allowing gravity to support you. And now slowly open your eyes, and we're going to begin to move with our breath. So we're going to do a 1-to-1 ratio. So we're going to breathe in the same count as we breathe out. So let's do this together, maybe 2 counts, starting with 2. Breathing in 2 and breathing out 2. Breathing in 2 and breathing out 2. And let's begin to move with our breath, raising our shoulders. We're going to do a shoulder roll here. So we'll inhale, breathing in, lift your shoulders up towards your ears. And breathing out as we round our shoulders behind us. Breathing in, up. And rounding back. And let's do the opposite direction. Breathing in, up towards our ears. And exhale. Breathing in. And out. 1, 2. Now go ahead, we're going to do a side stretch here. So put your left hand down on the mat, raise your right arm, inhaling with your arm as it rises up. Inhale and exhale and fold over to the side, giving yourself a nice stretch on the side. Breathe in, inhale, we come up to neutral. And raise your other arm and exhale. So we're exhaling as we come into the stretch and inhaling as we come to the center. Inhale up. And very nice. Okay, now let's do a twist. So again, from the center, from our center position, inhale, and we're going to twist over to your left. Inhale and exhale, and just twist over and looking over your right shoulder and come back to center. Inhale. And we exhale, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, center again. And exhale, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. And exhale, looking over your right shoulder. And come back to center. Very nice. Put your feet together into Baddha Konasana, or cobbler's pose. I'm going to inhale, arms up. And exhale, you don't have to go too far. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hello, Tammy. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, folding forward. And come back up to neutral. All right. Go ahead and remove the blanket that you were sitting on. And if you have bad knees, however, keep it nearby, because what we'll do is we're going to do a little cat-cow now, get our spine in motion. So you can, if you have knees that are sensitive, you can use your blanket and just kneel on your blanket. And we're gonna go ahead and let's do a cat-cow here, again, moving with our breath. So we'll inhale, lift our chest, lift our tailbone, but don't overextend that tailbone. We don't wanna compress your lower back. That's on our inhale. Then we exhale, push the floor away from us and round our back into a Halloween cat. Make sure those arms are directly under your shoulders. Inhale up and exhale, round the back. Inhale, arch and round the back. One more time, inhale up. This time, tuck your toes under, lift those knees, lift those hips, press those hips back, and come into a downward facing dog. Now, you might need to make adjustments with your feet, but your heels could be up, no big deal. Your heels, and you can even bend your knees a little bit, okay? Now, let's come back down. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, tuck those toes under, come back into a downward facing dog. Let your head drop. Let's stay here for a moment. And you can walk it out, pressing one heel down at a time. Now we're going to shift our weight forward. Go ahead and come down on your knees. Bring your hands out a little bit further. Drop those hips into a knee plank. Elbows in. We're going to slowly come down, chaturanga. Draw that navel in so we don't collapse in our hips. Now let's inhale, press the floor away, and come up into a cobra. Now, if this is hard on your wrists, you can come into a sphinx pose. And we can stay here if you want. You can bend your knees up, tuck those toes under, and go ahead and come on up. Or you can do a down dog, or we can do a dolphin pose where we're resting on our forearms in case we have tight wrists. Let's come on back down again. Chaturanga. If you're doing cobra, hands to beside your chest, lift your chest, elbows in. And then go ahead and push back into a child's pose. Spreading your knees apart, resting your forehead on the floor, on the mat. Take a moment here. Now come on back up to sitting. Now, in case you weren't on in the beginning, our class is only going to be 20 minutes today. So we're just really moving our body. And then we're going to do some meditation. So take your feet and put your feet behind you. So what it's going to look like is your knees can be together. You can roll to one side and bend your right knee, and then take your other leg, bend that knee, and just plant your foot to the inside of your thigh, your right thigh. Now, if you find yourself leaning over, go ahead and take a blanket and put it under your left cheek so that it will stabilize you and you'll be able to be in a central position. And so from here, we're going to do a little bit of a twist again. So we'll inhale and exhale, turning towards your left knee. And let's stay here for a few breaths, breathing in, lifting as we breathe in, and twisting as we breathe out. In, lift your spine, separate those vertebrae, and exhale, twist. One more time, inhale up, lifting, separating the spine, and twist. And we're going to come back to center. Go ahead and we're going to shift our weight to the other side. You can come starting in Dandasana or staff pose. Shift over on your hips to your right side, bend your left knee back, and then take your other foot, bend your knee, planting that right foot directly into your left thigh. Again, if you find yourself tilting over, take a blanket or a towel, depending on what you have available, and just come to neutral. And you might need 2 blankets or 2 towels. So we're going to inhale, lift, and exhale, and go ahead and turn looking over your right shoulder. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. Let's hold here for a few breaths. You can use your hand that's on your thigh here to create a little resistance as you breathe. Maybe push against your leg, and if you feel like you want to move into a deeper twist. Very nice. All right. Come on back to center. And now we're going to lay down. And actually, yeah, we're going to lay down first. You can put a blanket under your head if you choose. And go ahead and bend your knees. And let's just we're going to lay down with 10 counts. So counting 10, squeeze those knees together. Squeeze, get a little bit fired up in your belly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now, you might have to make some adjustments here. Go ahead and bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Knees are hip width apart. Bend your elbows. Keep your elbows hugged tight into your body. And then we're going to press our biceps, press our triceps in, press our arms in, and just lift here for a moment, dropping our shoulders and come back down. So we're just opening up our heart space here. Press and lift. Very good. Now this time we're going to lift our hips as well and come up into a bridge pose. So we're lifting, raise those hips and hold here. So you can keep your hands just like this. Make sure those shoulders are dropped down towards your hips. Or you can drop your hands down and lace your fingers underneath, bringing those elbows towards each other, opening up that heart. Big deep breath into our bridge pose. Open up our heart. Open up to what is right now, to loving ourselves, to loving all those who are helping, and sending love out to those who are suffering at this time. And go ahead and unlace your fingers and slowly, very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, slowly come on down. And when you get down, bring your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Lovely. Now go ahead and grab a chair. And if you don't have a chair, that's okay. We're going to move into Shavasana, our final resting pose. And this is just to get our legs up and comfortable. Grab your blankets or your towels. And you can put your hips towards the chair and bring your legs up, and they'll be bent. And take your blanket or towels and just drape them over your shins, just like this. And what that does is it helps to actually relax our legs, and we don't have to, and sort of keep them in place so that we're not activating any of our muscles as we go into our final resting pose. If you don't have a chair, then feel free to not use the chair and just come lay up flat on your back, legs out straight, or your knees can be bent. You can bring your knees together if that's better for you, whatever is comfortable, whatever you need to do, whatever serves you and supports you most during this final resting pose, Shavasana. So at this point, you'll close your eyes. And once again, find your breath. Noticing another check-in here. See how you feel. See if your body maybe feels a little bit more open. Just a little bit more alive. Maybe energized, maybe more relaxed. Noticing your breath. Now let's begin, instead of 1-to-1 breathing, let's do 1-to-2 breathing. So really you're going to breathe in, let's say 3 counts. And then as you exhale, breathe out a longer exhalation. It could be 4, 5, or 6. So that's where the 1-to-2 ratio comes in. So you might double it, or if anything, just lengthen your exhale longer than your inhale. And that activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest and relaxation, which is what we all need right now. Listening to the sound of your breath. Maybe even constricting the back of your throat just slightly to make the sound of an ocean breeze. It's also called the ocean breath, Ujjayi. Long exhalations, dropping deeper, allowing gravity to support you, melting with each exhalation. And if your mind begins to wander, just notice the thought, acknowledge it, embrace it, and let it go. Another simple way to stay present in this moment is to count your breaths. So we can have normal breaths now, just regular breathing, like you normally breathe. And you could begin, if you choose, to count your breath. And when you have a thought that enters your mind, acknowledge the thought, and then begin counting your breaths back to 1. It's important to know that we can't control what's outside of us. We can only control our response. And just in a small way, by just controlling your breathing and controlling your thoughts, you have learned that you have the power. Mindful practices like yoga and meditation give you the ability to pause and respond in a way that serves you best. Now you're welcome to stay where you are. You don't need to move. Or you can join me in an easy seat, rolling over to your side and pushing yourself up with your arms, with your hands, coming to sitting. And we bring our hands together by our heart, home to our heart. And I want to just say thank you for sharing this time with me. It's so important to be able to connect with each other and just feel a sense of belonging. It's our basic human need. And so I really look forward to connecting with you again soon. May the light in me honor the light in each and every one of you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.